Hey man, it's your boy Eric, aka man, Young God. I ain't coming from the pink dungeon this time, man. I'm coming to you from the white dungeon, I guess you could say, man. But we got a special guest in the building, like the Breakfast Club like to say, man. Who we got, man?
It's your boy Matt Dè LeReaux. You already know.
Hey man, for the people that don't know who Matt Dè LeReaux is, who is Matt Dè LeReaux?
Uh, Matt Dè LeReaux is a artist. You know what I'm saying? A young man out here on a quest for. What am I on a quest for? I guess I'm on a quest to figure out what the quest is about. But in the process, I'm making fly music with my friends and preaching love to people. Just living life and really trying to make beautiful music and give it to the people.
Well, when I first heard your music, you reminded me of a couple things. You reminded me of somebody I actually don't like. You reminded me of Party Next Door, but you remind me of a better sounding Party Next Door, and you also remind me of like '90s R&B. Like I had to check my phone. I thought I listened to goddamn Jodeci or some shit, man. I got,
Hey.
I was like, is this a goddamn crop for me? I didn't know what this was, man. So it makes me want to ask, who are your inspirations when you make music?
Definitely Jodeci.
I could tell.
For sure.
I
Man. And I hate, you know what I'm saying? I hate to just single out Jodeci like they're the only, 90s R&B group that were influential, but they're just so fire. Devontae Swing, a genius. 90s R&B in general, I really fuck with 112. There's a lot of cats out there. Like, I grew up on soul music, so like all of that, you know what I'm saying, like influenced me for sure. Of course, like Michael Jackson's and the R&B cats, but then a lot of hip hop cats too, like Jay, you know what I mean, Tribe, Three Stacks. I'm from the South, so a lot of that Southern influence is in there too.
Where are you from?
But I'm from Miami.
You from? I thought you was from Atlanta. You from Miami?
No, I'm from Miami. I moved. Atlanta adopted me. You know what I'm saying? I've been back and forth to Georgia like my whole life, but I born and raised majoritively like in Miami-Dade.
Okay, so you right down the street because I'm in Jacksonville. So
word? Okay, okay. Florida boys out here.
Yeah, Florida boys out here.
You already know.
Yeah, man, you already know how you rock it. But what made you get into music? What was it? Those people you named? Like was it something that happened in your life? Like, what made you want to start making music?
I really just started. I've always sang. You know what I'm saying? Like that was always a big part of my life, like singing. But I don't know. When I was around like 13, 14. I started writing more. I used to like write raps and just write them down. The first rap I wrote was like just like a bite of like Lupe's Paris Tokyo or whatever. And I was like, hey, I really started loving it. I found that love in it, and it was crazy because I don't know. I was putting so much of myself out. There's nothing like creating. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it's whatever you create, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's creating, no matter what they're doing. They're making something. Even if they make relationships or whatever, or legacies, they're still creating. So I kind of got the first taste of that. Like, I was like, wow, I'm doing this, and it's purposeful and all that. And then really it just took over from there. Like, but definitely the people who I look up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, artist-wise, like musicians, because music has always been so important to me, you know what I mean? So it wasn't hard for me to realize that that's what I wanted to do once I knew that I could do it.
Okay. Well, speaking of your music, let's say if I ran into somebody and I was like, hey, I want to show you somebody, and it was like, nah, I don't want to listen to that. How would I describe your music to that person? Like, what words would I use? How would I say?
Man, I just be like, shit. Let me see. Say that one more time. If you were to try to tell somebody and you had to convince them,
basically. Yeah. Basically, I'm trying to convince them to listen to your music. What should I say to be like, he's that guy?
Man, I feel like I feel like sometimes words don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you really say? No, I'm playing. Let me answer.
No, I just gotta whip my phone out and start playing music, huh?
You just gotta whip it out sometimes. That's the answer in a lot of situations.
You're right, though. Sometimes you can't explain greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, exactly. I don't like to really even, I know that words have limitations, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though as a writer, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I started singing, because I was like, like some things you can't say through words. Like, people get mad and scream. And they be like, and like, you know what they're saying, but you know what I'm saying? No words to describe that. So I keep it. I just keep it for whoever is like interested in hearing, because I'm not trying to convince nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want it to be natural. But if I just had to, I would be like, hey man, like, there's a young cat out here who's just making music that hits you in your stomach, and that's it. I'm just like, it's gonna hit you.
Hey man, if they're not convinced by that, I don't know what I can say, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Hey,
know?
not to go off topic or anything, but I can't help but to say this. Looking at you, you look like somebody. Has anybody ever said you look like D.L. Hughley?
Wow. Man, if I didn't know any better, I think he was roasting.
Hey, hey man, no roast, man, no roast. Have you ever got that before?
I've never got that before. I've gotten Sean from the Wayans brothers.
I can see that too.
But I've never got D.L. Hughley. That's what's up though. Shouts out to D.L. Hughley. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hopefully he a fan, man. Hopefully somehow he's a fan out there,
hopefully
man.
he a fan. Like, that'd be lit. D.L. Hughley jump on board.
That'd be crazy.
All types of lit.
That'd be crazy. And to piggyback off you being from Florida, I like to ask Florida musicians this, because I feel like it's crazy to see slowly and slowly the Florida rap scene blow up. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the typicals like Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, and whatnot. But I've been hearing either like Florida slang grub. Like, I've been hearing niggas say like jit and you green, like green, nigga. Like what? Like, how do you know what that means? You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about it? Like, isn't that crazy to just see like Florida blow up like this? It's really crazy. Like, how you feel about that?
Bro, it's lit, bro. Like, especially, I've been in Atlanta for a little bit now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the past 2 or 3 years, I've been so inundated with their culture. It's a whole different thing, but it's still Southern. But it's wild hearing Florida culture infiltrate Atlanta culture. Because I'll be like, what? Like, it's like you said, Jit. Like, man, I grew up like until I turned like 5. My name was Jit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my name. Like, and people. So it's wild. Florida's on the rise, man. Florida's on the rise. I mean, of course, Kodak. You know what I'm saying? And then there's guys like Rob Banks and whatnot. Like, man, I'm a fan of it, bro. Like, I'm really a fan. I just through Twitter, like, not too long ago, like this summer, like, linked with Indigo Child Rick. He's like a part of that whole
I know who it is,
wave and whatnot. So I'm like, it's lit, man. I want to see Florida really, you know, even more so, you know what I'm saying, the greats and all, like we said. But in the new millennium, I want to see Florida be a staple in the South. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got Atlanta, we got Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, Florida is up there. You know what I'm saying?
So, it's the missing part in all the South things. Yeah,
it is.
And back to your music though. When I listen to your music, you have a I don't know if this is on accident or what, but you kind of have like a Jamaican vibe about you. Are you Jamaican at all, or is it something that interests you?
Nah, that's lit. That's lit. I'm like, that's funny because I haven't been intentional about that in such a long time. So it's crazy that that's still, you know, like, showing itself. But I'm Jamaican. You know, Jamaicans don't like claiming people unless they from the island. But my family is of Jamaican, you know, background, like Bahamas, Bahamian. So, like, and growing up in Miami, you know what I'm saying, like, that's the culture. You feel me? Like, I remember there was a time I got older, everybody started dreading their hair. And I was like, it was just a thing. It's just a thing. It's so infiltrating the culture in Miami. So I feel like that's just a part of even me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my friends in Jamaica, I grew up, you know, going to the Rastafarian shop. You know what I'm saying? Eating day food, good food, Jamaican patty. But in my family, it's like my grandma's people and them. But you know, Jamaicans, they don't let you claim it unless you from the island. So I'm not even trying to, you know what I'm saying, step on no toes like that. But yeah. It's a part of the blood for sure.
It's crazy you say you don't try to intentionally do it, because I don't know if you try to do intentionally a lot of things, because going back to your 90s R&B roots, you like in the song, what is it called? What's the song with the, I think it has something about 2000 in the title.
Oh, Hot Boy 2000.
Hot Boy 2000. When I'm listening to it, it sounds like some 90s Drew Hill, early 2000 type stuff. And then you go, when you double your voice, you say dun, 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 dun. That sounds. I'm like, this is really like some throwback type stuff right there. So I don't know if you try to intentionally do it, or it's just so ingrained in your nature that it just come out. So hey man, I fuck with it. And I also see that The latest song you put out. What a horrible interview I am. I don't remember the names of the songs.
Nah, it's that's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for, man.
What's the last song you put out? What's the name of it?
Batman.
Yeah, that's a fucking hard song. But
Appreciate.
and I see that you if I'm not mistaken, you produced that too.
Yeah, I produced that
that's
one.
really cool how you put your producer name is not your name. It's just like the initials. That's really cool.
Appreciate it, man.
How did you get the producing thing? How did you get into that?
Really, just being around so many amazing producers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta give credit to the actual producers of my last two releases. Before that, Rude and Hot Boy. You know, really, especially like Ibra, Batman, the Batman himself. He produced Hot Boy 2000, and really, me moving to Atlanta, like, I've been up under him, like, and with him, cool, and that's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, really watching him produce, he's a monster. And I just was like, yo, like, I want to do this. Like, I can do this. Like, so seeing so many fire producers, and then Earhart, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy of recently. Like, I met him this year, but we clicked like that. And seeing so many talented producers that I'm around, Zaire, we have tracks coming out soon, but really, I'm in a circle of producers, even more so than artists, I would say. Even though I know a lot of talented artists,
mm-hmm.
I'm in a circle of such talented producers that it's just, they inspire me to just go ahead and, like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I just watch how they work. Trust me, man, they're the producers of the future, bro. Like, Pharrell, Timbo, like, those are my idols. And, like, I'm literally putting them in my top whatever. Like, all credit to them. Like, I'm just learning, really, like, Batman was, like, definitely, like, a level up for me, you know what I'm saying? And I have a lot more production to come, but really just being around the talented producers I know just encouraged me to just go ahead and do it.
Well,
and it's a new day and age, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, artists were, it would be something if an artist wrote that song, like, oh, wow, G1 wrote that song? Like, okay, that's cool. But then he had a bunch of other artists. Well, we move in a day and age where it's going to be the same thing in production. Like, you expected to write your songs now,
mm-hmm.
you know, even though some people not writing their songs, but you expected to write your songs now. But in the future, I see you're going to be expected to produce. I'm, like, predicting it. So I'm just trying to be ahead of the curve, really.
Okay. And, hey, I'm a nobody, but just listen to your music. There's no way you don't get to a level where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, because your music is way too good to be, I guess, under the radar for too long. So, hey, man, I'm a nobody. That's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel.
Nah, man, you big on the forum, bro. The internet is the future, man.
Hey,
like,
man, I'm trying, man.
The internet is the future. My man hit me up. He was like, hey, man, this man, fire. Like, I was like, he interviewing people on FaceTime? Like, I'm like, that's lit, bro. Like, that's lit, man. Hey, this shit, we all gonna blow up, bro. The internet, hip-hop culture, like, it's made for black people to live and thrive.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Black people got a history of getting stuff, not getting taken from them. Hopefully, we can keep this, you know what I'm saying, man?
No, we gonna keep this, you know. It's a new day and age right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck going on with Trump and all that, but I'm not even off that. It's a new day and age.
That's a fact. Well, what's your end goal with the music? Where do you see yourself at the end of the day?
The very top. And further than the top. I want to make a new top, and then have people reach that top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to affect people, and really just, this is how I like people, so this is how I can talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even the platform, I just want to get to a place where I can connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really just speak to people, like, one-on-one, because there's a lot of people who can speak to the masses, but they're not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, that's not saying that I'm here to be, you know what I'm saying, overly political or whatnot, but there's just things that I want to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even outside of music, I just would like to have a platform to just break bread, you know what I'm saying? Like, people out here, there's a lot of false stuff out here, you know what I'm saying, circulating. And I'm not going to focus on that, but I'm just going to work the other way, you know what I'm saying, work for love and just break bread.
That's a fact. Well, what's next? What can we expect next from you?
A project I'm working on, EP, Hot Boy playlist. That's coming soon. Videos coming soon. Really just getting content out, because things are moving pretty quickly, but a lot of this stuff has just been in the planning for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so really now I'm in the era of getting it out, getting it done, and making these moves, because it's all lined up. You know what I'm saying? So really getting the content out there. You know, thus far I'm just building my track list, like literally and figuratively. So it's coming out, the track record.